we are going to revisit our skill 5.4H, represent and solve problems related to perimeter and/or area and related to volume. In order to do that, we're going to revisit what is perimeter and what is area. Perimeter is the distance around a shape, which we've learned we can find simply by adding up each of the sides, which gives us the distance around the entire shape. So for instance, side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. Now we've also learned that we can do shortcuts for certain shapes. For instance, squares. Instead of saying side plus side plus side plus side, we know that each of the sides are exactly the same. So we have 4 equal groups, which means we can, instead of adding them all up, simply say we have 4 equal groups of the sides, 4 times s. Similar for rectangles, we have 2 sets of groups. We have 2 lengths and 2 widths. So instead of adding length plus width, we can say we have 2 lengths, so 2 times length, plus 2 widths, 2 times width. For area, we are looking for the space inside a 2-dimensional shape. So we are looking for the amount of squares we can fit inside a shape. Now for rectangles, this is again width and length. So we have a number in our width and a number in our length, which really works out to we have this number of rows and this number of columns. And if you look at it written out like this, we can see we have equal groups. For here, we have 3 equal groups of 8. And to find all these, we can just multiply. We can multiply our length times our width, and it will give us how many squares will fit inside. For squares, we have something similar. Because each of these are the same length, we can just say, hey, we have this many groups of this, side times side. Now, to find the area of a composite shape, which is a shape that looks like 2 rectangles that we have placed together, we need to do a little bit more work. First, we would need to separate the figure into 2 rectangles. So for instance, I separated it vertically. 1 rectangle here, 1 rectangle here. Next, we find out any missing sides. So for instance, I was missing 16, but I know this side is the same thing as this and this together. 9 plus 7 equals 16. Or if you're missing a part, right? I was missing the 6, but I knew that 13 was simply the sum of these 2 sides together. So 7 plus what equals 13? 6. Once I found the missing sides, we simply find the area of our 2 rectangles. 7 times 16 equals 112. 7 times 6 equals 42. And combined, it is 154 square units.